The content of this program is to provide nutritional education only. This program is not meant to take the place of your primary care physician. The FDA requires us to let you know that our products are not meant to treat, prevent, diagnose, or cure any diseases. As an empowered individual, you have options available. We are honored to have one of the founding fathers of epigenetics here to guide us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health, Dr. Joel Wallach. Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome to Daily with Doc. So glad to see all of you here with us. Waiting for everybody's audio. That's the word I'm looking for. Waiting for their audio to connect. And then I'm going to go ahead and get started because I know when that audio isn't connected, you can't hear me either, whether you're speaking or not. So I'm so excited to have you all here with us. And for those of you who are watching the live stream, whether you're on Rumble, watching through Critical Health News, or YouTube Critical Health News, or Facebook Just Critical Health, come on over. Join us here on the live presentation of Daily with Doc, zoom.com. That's the URL you can go to that will get you to our live program that we are recording at this very minute. For those of you who are watching the live, but it is also where you can join us at future dates, Monday through Friday, from noon to 1 Pacific time, 1 to 2 Mountain time, 2 to 3 Central time, and 3 to 4 Pacific time. And of course, if you are in the UK, that will be 8 to 9, unless they did a time change that I can't remember, or down in South Africa, 11 to 12 p.m. So we are so excited to have you all here with us, whether you're watching us live or watching the replay. Welcome to Daily with Doc. Now, this program is being sponsored by dailywithdoc.com, where we have all of our broadcasts from about 2.5 years. We've had a couple different programs and broadcasts that we have been bringing to the masses, and I am so honored to be the hostess of those programs where we are providing empowering information that enables you as an individual to write your health journey. So, and we're talking write as in write with a pencil, or write, like make correct. So there's a couple different things that we are looking at here, because you know what we put in our mouth makes a world of difference of how our cells are expressed. And the science of epigenetics actually has proven that to be a fact. Now, I'm so excited about this epigenetics because for me, it gave me hope. I had been given genetic diagnoses that I was told I would just have to live with for the rest of my life. Well, thanks to the good doctor that we have on with us today and his research and all of his publications and his dedication to being on the radio for the last, I always get this wrong, it's either 27 or 32 years.
32.
32 years providing information that helps us help ourselves. Now, Dr. Joel Wallach, he started out as a student in a pathology lab. He became a doctor of veterinary medicine. He took his schooling and his education and went on some big time conservation type expeditions, is what I'm going to call it, Dr. Wallach, because you were in South Africa. You were one of the, you were the lead pathologist on the efforts to save the white rhino, where in Africa they were with what, just a couple hundred.
350 left.
350. Can you imagine such a large animal and only having 350 left on the face of this earth, and then to be part of a program that brought it back? And last year there were 21,000.
21,000, yes, in the reserves that we built, with all the lakes that we built, they have permanent water and all that kind of stuff. All our efforts paid off. 21,000 by actual count.
That is fantastic, Dr. Wallach. And I love the fact that you are doing that for mankind also. So folks, there has been a decline in health for so many years, and different eating styles and recommendations, and avoid this and avoid that. I mean, things that our body needs has just contributed to that decline in health. And the information that you're going to be hearing here on Daily with Doc is information that is empowering to give you the raw ingredients that are needed to start putting those cells back into a state of being able to function properly. Because, you know, our body is made up of billions of cells. And when they're sick, the whole body starts to decline. Well, we're here to give information that stops that decline and gives you that, again, that ability to right your health journey. So with further ado, everybody, if you're here on live with us, raise your hand if you have a question that you would like to ask Dr. Wallach. You can go to the Zoom menu, find reactions, and raise hand. I will be calling on people who have their hand raised and trying to get them in the order that the hand was raised. And if you're on any of the platforms, Rumble or YouTube or Facebook, and you have questions, you can go ahead and write those questions in the chat too. We do have Ruth Ellen who is monitoring that chat to help us get you the information that you need as well. If you have questions and you have never spoken to us, anybody that's associated with longevity, you do not have a health coach or a distributor that you're working with, we do have a call team that is standing by to help you as well. That number is 855-949-3377. Again, Daily with Doc call team 855-949-3377. So Dr. Wallach, I know you have some information and a topic that you would like to start us off with. Go ahead, please. And what would you like to talk about today?
Okay, well, just before we get to that, I do want to remind people, we do have a book called Rhino Express that actually documents that rhino saving project, Rhino Express. And if you're interested in conservation, if you're interested in a story, I think it's time to have a second edition of that book with the story here. where we're at now compared to where we were back in 1965 when I went to South Africa for 2 years. Okay, so it's time for the second edition, but the original book, we do have some available. It's called Rhino Express. It goes into great detail of the 2 years I spent there to save the white rhinos. So I'm very, very proud of that. Okay, then today I want to talk about exercise. Exercise can be a very, very good thing, healthful. It can be a very, very bad thing. It'll kill you, okay? And when you look at what's going on the news, on TV, on the radio, online, wherever, newspapers, wherever you look, there's every day, there's young athletes in their teens and 20s and 30s and 40s and famous people, entertainers in their teens and 20s and 30s and 40s and 50s who are dying, okay, of suddenly with no history of illness. They're just dying of hypertrophic cardiomyopathy heart attacks, which is a very simple nutritional deficiency disease. And of course, when I went to China with Dr. Milan, we did 1,700 autopsies on kids under the age of 10 in Heilongjiang province at Keshan University. 1,700 that had died of what's called Keshan disease. They're a very sudden heart death. And it's written in 3 languages, in Mandarin, Cantonese, and English. And so that story really is a, what should I say, a big, big, big story. And it's one of my biggest projects on a single disease. All right. And so that I did receive the Klaus Schwarz Award for that. Okay, I'm very proud of that in 2011. I did get the 2015, the Lifetime Achievement Award from the United Nations for that. So very proud of that. And so it was a great thing to be able to save as many people as we did and get the information out there that will help save others. Also, that information with my attorney, Jonathan Emord, we sued the FDA 8 times in federal court on that one subject. And we forced the manufacturers of baby formulas, Enfamil, Similac, and the like, to put these minerals into the baby formulas, which they weren't doing. And doctors were saying, don't put any vitamins and minerals in baby formulas, you'll kill the babies, blah, 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 blah. Well, we proved to the federal judges that we needed to do that, and we did it. Within 90 days, we stopped new cases of, let's see here, cystic fibrosis, which they believe were a genetic thing, was a simple nutritional deficiencies. We got rid of cystic fibrosis, we got rid of muscular dystrophy, gave the information to Jerry Lewis. He was so excited. He went with us and one of our great people who we're going to talk to tomorrow, okay, Idaho and Utah, where he had some big project with muscular dystrophy. And he saw that we had cured these kids, and by biopsies that they didn't have muscular dystrophy anymore. He took that information in September 4th of 2011, where he was going to put on his telethon, okay, for the Muscular Dystrophy Association, for whom he had raised $2.6 billion with a B, $2.6 billion over 46 years. And he was so excited, he told them we had found the cure. Well, they summarily terminated him, okay. They shut down the telethon the next day. And then a couple of years later, Jerry Lewis died, but he knew. I'm just so thankful that he knew before he died that all his efforts had contributed to getting rid of muscular dystrophy. And then, of course, as another thing that we got out of that information in putting all these nutrients into the baby formulas, we eliminated sudden death syndrome, SIDS, which doctors said for years and years and years and years and years and years, the doctors said that sudden death syndrome, SIDS, were caused by the mothers sleeping on the babies and suffocating them. But once we put the nutrition in the baby formulas, SIDS, sudden death syndrome, just stopped. You don't hear about cystic fibrosis anymore. You don't hear about muscular dystrophy anymore. You don't hear about sudden death syndrome anymore, because I'm the guy who got rid of those 3 diseases. Now, do you think there's been one medical school contact me to tell the story? No. We're in the newspapers a lot. We're in magazines a lot, okay, about that. And so I'm very, very proud of that. We do have CDs, we have the books and so forth. And of course, my newest book, The Wallach Revolution, there you go, goes into a 75-year track, okay, where we highlight a lot of our most important findings. I mean, we have over 600 different diseases that we have programs for, but we talk about some of the biggest ones and some of the biggest well-known people, including Pat Boone and Danny Glover and Andy Young, Theo Ratliff, Evander Holyfield, and many people like that, who we had helped them cure their diseases with our nutritional programs. And so this book, The Wallach Revolution, is now going out there and it's really hitting the streets hard. And so I want you to take a copy of this book and some of our CDs and Epigenetics, that book, and Hell's Kitchen, the book, and Dead Doctors Don't Lie. Take it to your local newspapers, take it to your local TV stations, take it to your local radio stations, and let's get on there and get some people coming to you for information. Okay, we can save all these young athletes, we can save all these young people because it's just tragic for them in this day and age to die of a nutritional deficiency because doctors are saying it's caused by genetics. Okay, so with all that said, I want to talk about exercise today. And of course, I lettered in wrestling and football in junior high and high school. And I lettered in wrestling at the University of Missouri. I only weighed 110 pounds. I wrestled 120 pounds, but they wouldn't let me play football because you had to be 150 pounds to play football at the University of Missouri. But I did letter in football in junior high and high school because they didn't have a weight requirement. And I was tough enough and strong enough, fast enough and alert enough to be able to successfully play football without getting hurt myself. But I did put some lumps on a few other guys. So with all that said, well, today I want to talk about exercise, okay, because I have a lot of experience with that, both personally on the field and also in the autopsy room, sadly, okay? And we do have a 3 CD set that I want everybody to get, whether you personally are exercising or not. This is good for your family, good for your friends and your church mates and your neighbors, okay? There's a new bull in town. There's a new bull in town, okay? There you go. There's a new bull in town. And Red Bull has one mineral in it, magnesium, and they picked that because the very famous Bruce Lee, the guy who was considered to be the fitness guru by every country in the world in the 1960s, died in 1973 at age 32 of a heart attack because he was only taking one mineral, magnesium, because medical doctors convinced him if he just ate right, he could get everything he needed. And he died at 32 of a heart attack in 1973. Tragic, tragic, tragic story. So our sports drink, Rebound, has 100 nutrients in it. Red Bull, as I said, only has one. And of course, CD number one is Dead Athletes Don't Lie. Goes into many 20 and 30-year-old professional athletes, Olympic athletes, and university athletes, and why they're dying because of nutritional deficiencies. And then the second CD is Exercise Without Supplementation and Suicide. Because when you exercise, you sweat. Everybody knows that. And people say, well, yeah, I exercise twice a day and I rehydrate right away with water. I said, well, how many minerals do you take? He said, what do you mean? I eat well. Well, do you take our Rebound or sports drink with 75 minerals in it? No. Okay. Do you take Red Bull? Some say yes, some say no. Well, Red Bull only has one mineral. We have 75 minerals. Okay. And the cause of death in these young athletes is a mineral deficiency. Okay. And so you do have to pay attention to these details. The average life expectancy of a professional athlete in America is 57.3, I believe it is. Okay. When you look at billionaires, the life expectancy, and that's CD number 3, what kills billionaires? The life expectancy of billionaires in America is 66.7. Why is it so low? Well, that's because they exercise, and they rehydrate afterwards, but nobody tells them that sweat is a soup of the minerals in your body. When you're sweating out not only water, and you're also sweating out the minerals. If you're just drinking water to rehydrate, you're slowly killing yourself. Exercise without supplementation is suicide. So get that 3 CD set, add 25 to 50 healthy years of your life. Use our Rebound, has 75 minerals in it and 25 vitamins, amino acids. The energy drinks, of course, came out in 1985. Coca-Cola came out with one called Monster. Okay. And let's see here. In 1987, an Austrian, and I'm going to get his name wrong, I know, Dietrich Mateschitz, okay. He was one, okay, from Austrian, not Australian, an Austrian, came up with Red Bull and put the one mineral in there, magnesium. So it'd be like the thing that, and everybody thinks that Bruce Lee was shot. Okay, no, he died of a heart attack. He wasn't shot. Okay. And then, of course, Monster again is a Coca-Cola product, 1985. Pepsi-Cola came out with Rockstar in 2001. And we came out in longevity with our Rebound in 2011. Okay, well, Rebound has the 75 minerals in it and 25 vitamins, amino acids. Red Bull has, let's see here, 4 vitamins and 1 mineral. No, oh yeah, 1 mineral, magnesium. And then Rockstar has 1 mineral and 5 vitamins. And so, use your brains. Get our Rebound and get 75 minerals and 25 vitamins, amino acids, and get this CD set for you and all the people in your family who exercise. Because exercise without supplementation is suicide. You will kill yourself early. Okay, don't do that. Well, why did she die? Why did he die? They were exercising twice a day, 3 times a day on Saturday and Sunday, and they were really working hard, and they bought expensive water and rehydrated after their exercise. Well, sweat is not just water. Sweat is a soup of all your minerals, and when you're sweating them out, you should be replacing what you're sweating out, but you also have to not only replace what you're sweating out, but you also have to take extra to keep adding to the store of these nutrients in your body. And again, the Wallach revolution goes into this in great detail. Okay, I urge you to, if you get 10 of these, you get 10 of any of our titles, you get a nice discount. The book Epigenetics is a summary of my thesis, which is in the Smithsonian Institute as a national treasure. Okay, exercise, all right, epigenetics, and then Hell's Kitchen tells you the transition from wood and coal as fuel for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. And we use the wood ashes and coal ashes as a fertilizer because they're like 95%, 98% minerals and 2 or 3% carbon. And so the vegetables in our gardens would suck up all these minerals. We ate the vegetables, got our minerals that way. Well, we went to electricity at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Monday, September 4th, 1882, when Thomas Edison pulled that switch in New York City. Guess what? Suddenly now we no longer had the mineral sources that we had for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. And doctors said, oh, just eat well, you get everything you need. Well, that may have been happening thousands of years ago, but not now. And then, of course, we have, my favorite story is the bottomland, where we have the hydroelectric plants. And of course, they stopped all the flooding, all the spring flooding, which renewed the soil with the silt from the mountains when the floodwaters. When the floodwater receded, the farmers would go and plow that silt back in the soil and renew the soil from the previous year. All the crops were sucking the minerals out. They would put the soil back in. And bottomland was the most valuable farmland anywhere in the world. Okay, every country had bottomland, and it's always the most expensive because it was naturally renewing with all the minerals because of the floods and the silt. Well, 1936, the U.S. Senate, United States Senate came out with U.S. Senate Document 264 and said there's no longer sufficient minerals in our soils to support healthy longevity in human life anymore. U.S. Senate said that in 1936 in U.S. Senate Document 264. Don't take my word for it. Okay, this is very well documented. It's really a tragedy, but we can make up the difference. You take your rebound, you take your 90 essential nutrients, and just remember, we need these things, okay? And we have diabetes. Diabetes isn't a genetic disease. Diabetes is very simple nutritional deficiency. If you're taking diabetic medication, either oral or injectable, get our healthy blood sugar pack. If you're not taking any one of our products yet, take our healthy blood sugar pack, which is our healthy start pack, has the 90 essential nutrients, 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, 3 fatty acids, plus it has the sweeties added to it. Okay, it becomes a healthy blood sugar pack, and the type 2 diabetes will go away. Okay, don't cold turkey off your medication, but as your blood sugar drops, you can slowly reduce the medication. Okay, right now, we're spending $342 billion a year in the United States alone just to treat the symptoms of type 2 diabetes every year in America, not to prevent it or cure it. We can prevent it, we can cure it. Okay, come to us. If your doctor is just giving you injections or pills to lower your blood sugar, the doctor is not giving you the benefit of all the knowledge that's known. Okay, so try us, give us 90 days, and it'll blow your mind. Okay, there's 96 million pre-diabetics in America. 96 million pre-diabetics in America. That's because they're deficient in these nutrients. Okay, and then arthritis. Arthritis is one of the medical system's most favorite diseases. Why? Because we spend each year in America, just to treat the symptoms of arthritis, $626.8 billion, and then 2.3 trillion to treat osteoporosis. Together, it's over $3 trillion each year just to treat the symptoms of osteoporosis and arthritis, which is osteoporosis of your joints. Okay, give us a try. Okay, Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, the MSM, collagen peptides. Let's see here. Don't forget vitamin D3. Okay, and don't forget our Rebound Sports Drink. Even if you're not exercising, take our sports drink. It's another way to get more nutrients into your bones, your joints, and so forth. Give us 90 days and see what you say about your arthritis. And of course, there's 37 different diseases you get from osteoporosis of the skull. And that book goes along really well. It's all in your head. There's a CD that goes along with it. It's a book and CD set. This is something that Dr. Milan and Rebecca and myself did. Okay. And my favorite picture, of course, is that set of pictures in the front. It's a Roman numeral number 6, page number 6, Roman numeral number 6 in the book. It's all in your head. 37 different diseases. The skull cap is removed, okay, on the top one. But look at the thickness of the skull. It's only a 1/4 of an inch thick. That's normal. The bottom one, okay, the top of the skull is cut off. You're looking down on the brain. But look at how thick it is. It's 1.5 inches to 2 inches thick. You can see it would be squeezing those 12 pairs of cranial nerves coming out right and left side of your head. And of course, the spinal cord coming out of the back, creating 37 different diseases, which your doctors refer their classmates to, who become specialists as dentists, ear, nose, and throat doctors, okay? Doctors who deal with back problems and so forth, like including chiropractors and DOs and that kind of stuff. These are all totally 100% reversible. These are all totally 100% preventable. Okay, get a hold of these books and CDs. Get the nutrients, the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, MSM, our collagen peptides, and then we have secret sauces for over 600 different diseases. Oh my gosh! And this is where the books and the CDs and DVDs come in. They can add 25 to 50 healthy years to your life. With all that said, I'm going to turn it over to Rebecca.
Dr. Wallach, there's a lot of people that don't realize that the reason why actually, he mentioned a lot of different products just now, folks. You can't get these at your corner store. Dr. Wallach couldn't find them at the corner store. So he developed teams of people that have put these nutrients into formulas that then can be purchased and acquired. But he couldn't find them anywhere. So he took his research and put them together. And with that, he became the founder of a company called Longevity. So Longevity, it was American longevity, but then we couldn't, expand beyond the American borders. We had North America, South America, and that's it. Well, folks, we took that, or they took that and made it just Longevity. And we are now around the world. And I love that. I love being able to use Zoom like we're doing today to broadcast this message. There's different phone apps that we can use where we can communicate. There are no boundaries when it comes to communication and reaching out and touching people. There should be no boundaries in being able to provide not only the information, but the actual products and raw ingredients needed for people to not just survive, but thrive. So Dr. Wallach, you have done so much in your short lifetime, and I think you have made a bigger impact than any doctor I have ever met. And because of the impact that you've made in my life, I am very proud to be here as the hostess of Daily with Doc with you.
We thank you for all your contributions and all your ability to help so many people and get that message out there. And so you're a 5-star general in the team, and we appreciate you for it.
Well, thank you so much, Dr. Wallach. I appreciate you saying that for sure. Well, if you were invited by anybody to watch this program, to watch the replay or the live broadcast, make sure that you get back with them and say, hey, what do you know about this company, Longevity? Do you have a special place that I can get the products that I need? Because folks, you can find products on some of these big retail online stores, but what you're not going to find, you are not going to find the personal touch of a health coach, somebody that you can ask questions from and get answers that are based on Dr. Wallach's research. So we want to make sure that you're getting correct information and that you're getting the support that you deserve. So make sure that you get a hold of your Longevity associate. And if you don't have one and you have never spoken to anybody about Longevity or the products, make sure, or Dr. Wallach, okay, make sure that you get in touch with us. Again, go to dailywithdoc.com. There you will find a contact us. You can also reach out to us that way if you yourself are interested in helping us in this mission to get products and information to people that will help them restore their lives as well. So use that contact us, send us an email, let us know what you're interested in. If you are part of our newsletter team and you're here because you received the newsletter invitation, you can do a reply back to that newsletter. And Dr. Wallach, we have lots of hands up. I don't think we're going to get to questions that were emailed in because I have hundreds of those. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's first go to Ms. Lewis. Hello and welcome. Hold on. There. Try to unmute now. How about in the middle of your screen? Do you see a request to unmute?
Yeah, that works.
There you go. We hear you loud and clear now.
Okay, my grandson has Fabry disease. Apparently, it lacks an enzyme, and they have a shunt in his shoulder.
Okay. What symptoms does he have?
He just doesn't digest his food, apparently.
Okay, so digestion and absorption. Oh, do you know what he eats for breakfast?
Yeah, probably junk food.
Okay, well, so I need more information.
They eat an ordinary diet. I imagine he eats cereal and probably eggs and
does he eat oatmeal? Does he eat oatmeal? Does he eat Wheaties? Does he eat Cheerios? Does he eat pancakes? Does he eat waffles? What does he eat?
Probably.
All the above.
Yeah.
Yeah, the classical American diet. When you have If you have digestion problems, the odds are you're eating glutinous foods. And the first thing we need to get for him is the book, 300-page book. It's called Dr. Wallach's Cooking Without the Bad Foods. It has 300 pages of safe recipes and safe cooking methods. Okay, he needs to jump on that right away. Then everybody in the household's got to jump on that, so there's no cross-contamination in the laundry and the couches and the beds and the rugs and all that kind of stuff. Then he needs to, do you have any idea how much he weighs?
He's about 11 and he's fairly small, so I don't know, but
11, maybe 65, 70 pounds, maybe?
something like that, probably.
Okay. All right. So let's have him take one. Well, first of all, he's got to get rid of all the bad foods. No fried foods, no processed meats. Okay, we're talking about ham and bacon and bologna and salami and hot dogs and all that kind of stuff, because they have nitrates in there, which are bad for the thyroid and all the other tissues, and including the brain and so forth. Then he needs to, again, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens. When I say no oils, I mean no cooking oils, no salad dressings. I like to use dairy cream and also yogurt for my salad dressings if I'm going to use salad dressing. And then I want him to also to avoid gluten, wheat, brown, round oats. That includes cereals and pancakes and waffles and all that kind of stuff. Breads, spaghetti, all that stuff's got to go. If he has spaghetti, it's got to be rice spaghetti, rice noodles. He's got to eat like an Asian. He's got to eat like an Asian in southern China and in Japan and so forth, okay? Because they use rice and sweet potatoes and beans and vegetables and that kind of stuff. Northern China, they eat wheat, okay? In northern China, they live 5 years less. They die 5 years earlier than the people in the South, because in South China, they live on rice. They're not getting the gluten, okay? And then absolutely no sugar of any kind. And then absolutely no carbonated drinks, okay? And that includes everything. No carbonated drinks, including water, because carbonation neutralizes stomach acid, so you cannot absorb minerals or digest food. And then I want him to use, we have two salt types of salt that we sell. One is seasoned salt from Australia, and also we have one called the Himalayan salt, which is from the Himalayan mountains. And they're both salt from volcanic eruptions, and they have 28 to 30 different minerals in there, as well as the sodium chloride. If you have a doctor who says don't use salt because you'll get high blood pressure, find a different doctor. Salt is required by every cell in your body. The sodium is required for functions, metabolic functions inside the cell, and the chlorine.
What do you think the shunt is doing to him? He has a shunt in his shoulder, and they put that enzyme that he lacks in that shunt every month.
Mm-hmm.
What's that doing to him?
We're just doing it once a month.
I think it's once a month.
Okay. Well, we have an enzyme he could take. We call it the gallbladder in a bottle. It's called Ultimate Enzymes. It does have bile in it, so it's like the gallbladder as well as the stomach doing the enzymes. But he does need the salt, and so he can use our seasoned salt from Australia, or he can use our Himalayan salt from the Himalayan mountains. Okay, and we also have the.
What is the enzyme called, please? What is the enzyme called?
Ultimate Enzymes. Ultimate.
Yeah.
Like the best of the best, the top of the top. Ultimate Enzymes.
Ultimate. Okay.
Yeah, the nickname is gallbladder in a bottle because it does have bile in it to help you absorb fat soluble vitamins and essential fatty acids and that kind of stuff. Okay, I take 3 of those twice a day. I weigh 142. Okay, so give us a call every week or so. Let us know how, and this is your grandson?
Yeah, I don't know if his parents will follow this, but I just wondered what you thought about it.
Well, you need to, he's going to be in big trouble.
Yeah.
Okay.
They expect him to live terribly long with that disease.
Well, he better start our program, and then he can live 50 years longer than they predict.
That's good.
Okay, yeah. a parent should say, okay, if it's not going to kill him, I want to try anything I can to help him. And so we can guarantee we're going to help him, but he's got to cooperate. He can't be sneak eating Wheaties. He can't be sneak eating spaghetti, after school someplace. He cannot be eating waffles from Waffle House and all that kind of stuff. He's got to stay on the diet.
He has a brother who is supposed to be gluten-free, but his brother has to live in a house full of gluten anyway.
Yeah, so they're getting cross-contaminated in the laundry and the couches and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Okay, well, this is not a small thing.
I know.
It will kill him 25 years early.
Yeah.
And so he needs to be spoken to, and he can get on with us Monday through Friday, noon to 1 Pacific time, and he can get on here and talk to us. His parents can get on here and talk with us. This is not a small thing. You can add 25 to 50 healthy years to his life. But if he continues going down that track, this is going to be a very, very bad outcome for him.
Yeah, that's what I figured. How about you want him to take like a healthy?
I said all that, the healthy brain and heart pack, 1 per 100 pounds of body weight. He needs the MSM.
The brain
and heart pack.
Yeah, okay.
That's our big hammer. It has 215 nutrients, including the 90. He also needs our rebound, our sports drink, not Red Bull. Okay, he needs our Red Bull only has 1 mineral. We have 75 minerals. Get him our rebound, and if he wants the cans, he's got to pop the tops on them at night before he goes to bed. Put them in the refrigerator so all the bubbly's gone in the morning. We do have the sticks, which he could take to school during the day. There's 100 nutrients in here. We do have the canisters, which is a powder. There's 30 sticks in a box, and there's 36 servings in the canister. There's 12 cans in a case of the cans, but you do have to pop the tops on them because they do have carbonation in them. Okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, let's hear from you because we want to save this kid. Okay?
Yeah, I wish we could.
Well, we can.
Well, his parents have to agree to it, of course.
That's correct.
Oh, Ms. Lewis, we have a program that was recorded and you can find it on dailywithdoc.com that goes through serial killers and what gluten actually does within the body. I highly recommend finding that on our website, dailywithdoc.com. And as a parent, especially if I have 2 kiddos with digestive issues and one of them is supposed to be gluten-free, we need to take this serious as parents if we have our children's best interest in mind, because it is a serious condition, very serious, but it's a simple solution. And that's where the medical society just makes it more and more difficult. It's a simple solution to a very serious issue.
Yeah.
So we're going to keep you in our thoughts and prayers as you're sharing information with them to help empower them to make the best choices for their sons.
Yeah.
So thank you for coming on.
They have a son that has to be gluten-free, but he lives in the environment full of gluten, of course.
Well, if I had a son that had to be gluten-free, I would be gluten-free myself just to set an example and make it easier for the whole household.
Yeah, that's true.
That's me personally, but we all have our own thing. And
what is the thing you just gave me? Doc,
it's a website, dailywithdoc.com. And if you turn the chat on, we will have one of the hostesses or one of the co-hostesses put that link in the chat so that you can go ahead and grab it there too and know exactly what to do. We also have the good foods, bad foods list that is on the website that you will be able to grab and share with them. That goes through what Dr. Wallach has found to be things
I have that
contribute
list
to bad health. So make sure you share that with them as well. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go ahead and go to the next hand that is up, Dr. Wallach, in our next 10 minutes here. And Rob, go ahead. You are on live with Dr. Wallach.
Hi, Becca. Did you say it? Did I raise my hand? Very funny. I can't raise my hand yet. I'm getting there. Hi, Doc.
You'll make it.
Yes, sir.
Doc, first of all, you mentioned, of course, we know you've helped out a lot of celebrities and public figures. We have a big one coming up, sir. We have a very well-known celebrity with Parkinson's. We're going to help her out. And I'm going to try and get you on into a documentary as well, too. So we're going to discuss that very soon. That's going to be very fantastic for us. So anyways, I'll discuss that with you later.
Okay.
Meanwhile, my ulnar nerve injury is healing. I'm getting movement back into my fingers. I'm still having a whole arm ache, but I'm still dealing with my hypertension as well too. I'm taking 4 Ultimate Daily Classics 2 times a day, and it's helped out a lot, but I need your guidance for a little bit more.
Okay. Well, when you have high blood pressure, there's several things you have to do. Number one, you have to stay away from the bad stuff equally as well as taking the good stuff. And the bad stuff, of course, includes the bad foods, gluten, wheat, bran, rye, oats. We're talking about buckwheat, because they destroy the lining of the small intestine. So instead of looking like a shag rug, it looks like a plastic tube. You lose 95% of your absorptive surface. And no matter how many supplements you take, if you're eating something bad and killing your villi, it's all coming out the other end into the septic tank. And the bugs in the septic tank are getting the benefit of all those vitamins and minerals instead of you. Okay? This is not a difficult concept. But the high blood pressure requires 2 things. Stay away from the bad stuff so you can absorb. And number 2, you take all the good stuff. And how much do you weigh now, Rob?
I'm still in the 200-pound range. I'm 6'1".
Okay. Well, again, get rid of all the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, no butter, rye, oats, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even the carbonated water needs to go. And then I want you to take 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month, a full dose of everything twice a day. That's 215 nutrients. Take a full dose of everything twice a day. I want you to take 2 bottles a month of our MSM. So you can take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner time. That's going to help rebuild your bones and cartilage and ligaments and tendons and connective tissue, including the bone marrow. Also, I want you to take our, let's see here, the collagen peptides. And the collagen peptides, I want you to take a scoop of that with your morning drink, scoop of your evening drink, and you're taking those Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. That's good. They will help support and promote the rebuilding of the walls of your arteries and your veins, including in your skull and your heart and your kidneys, which produce blood pressure issues if you have problems going on in your kidneys or your kidney arteries. But the fact that you're making progress is a good sign. But just really crank down and make sure that you're doing all the good stuff. And then, we look forward to hearing about all this good news you have coming up. And so stay in touch, okay? But thanks for the progress report, and obviously you're doing a lot of good things correctly, so keep doing it. And
thank you very much, Doc. I couldn't do it without you either.
Well, God bless you. And of course, we have the whole Young Judy team, including our telephone team here, including the chief, Rebecca here, making sure that you're going the right direction.
Becca, you're doing an absolutely fantastic job with Daily with Doc. I have never seen a better Zoom in my life. Congrats. Everybody needs to applaud Rebecca and her team. What a fantastic job. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rob. And you actually have the general of generals right under Dr. Wallach, with Shar, one of our good friends who was on with Dr. Wallach on the Daily or Dead Doctors Don't Lie show for many years. So, yeah.
We have to get Shar on once in a while.
Yeah, Shar was on the Dead Doctors Don't Lie for 32 years.
Yeah. I miss the Shar, are you there? So we always, everyone's
missing Shar. She does a Zoom on Wednesday afternoons.
Yes, I know. I'm not on that no more. That's been hijacked. I prefer
All
Becca's
right. Thank you, Rob.
Thank you, Becca. Okay.
You got lots of hands, so let's go ahead and move right over. Bobby, go ahead, unmute yourself.
Hello, Dr. Wallach, and thank you again, Rebecca Dukes and the holistic coaches. We have a female here, Dr. Wallach. She's 46 years old, 130 pounds, 5'4", and she has fibroids, and she drinks alcohol and smokes a lot.
Okay. Well, she needs to get rid of all the bad stuff, get rid of all that inflammation. Okay, fibroids are actually fibrous connective tissue in the genital tract, okay, from the uterus all the way down to the outside, okay, in the connective tissue. So she needs to get rid of all the bad foods, no fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, no brown round oats, no sugar, no carbonated drinks, including carbonated water. I do want her to have, at 136 pounds or 130 pounds, she's right at that cusp. I start her out with 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month, a full dose of everything twice a day. That's 215 nutrients. Okay, 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month, a full dose of everything twice a day. Then I want her to have the MSM, 2 bottles of our MSM, so you could take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner time. They're going to support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, including in the uterus and the vagina and all the tubes and everything. Okay, and then she also needs 2 bottles a month of our XeraFem, XERA-Fem, XeraFem. Take 3 of those twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month. And they provide the cells of the ovaries and the tubes in the uterus with what they need to make all the hormones, which make things work properly and be of the proper structure and so forth. And then, again, she needs to, wouldn't hurt to take some of the digestive enzymes or ultimate enzymes. She could take 2 or 3 of those, say 5 or 10 minutes for each meal, so she can absorb all this good stuff. And then contact us every couple of weeks, because the female sexual system recovers very quickly. Think about it. You know, it builds a baby in 9 months. It goes back down to normal in a couple of weeks. And so it has an enormous capacity to repair itself, given all the raw materials and staying away from the bad stuff. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Bobby. Let's go ahead and Stephanie, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Thank you, Rebecca. My question's very unusual compared to what a lot of people put in here. Mine is a question about goats. I have 2 things that I'm very interested in. There's a disease that they get, is called CL, and the other thing that's an issue is bullying, and I've noticed, even though we have the mineral box in there specifically to make sure they have the stuff for having good babies and stuff, the younger ones, 100 or less, they don't seem to be able to get in it, because one dropped very early yesterday, and I was very perplexed, and I thought, oh my goodness, she's not getting enough nutrition. I thought, bullying. They're keeping them away from the nutrients they need. So what would I do?
Okay, well, what is CL? I don't know what CL means.
Oh, it's some kind of a
What are
disease.
symptoms? What are symptoms, Stephanie?
They get lumps in their body that if it's broken, it can spread throughout the herd really quick, according to what they say. And then they recommend you getting rid of them, because it can spread through the whole group, and then
So, okay, stop. Are you saying this is infectious? Is this a bug?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, if this is a bug, you need to make sure they're getting a big trace mineral salt block. Okay, and of course we have our plant-derived minerals and so forth that they should have access to, and of course also in their feed, you want to make sure that they're getting our minerals in our feed, in their feed, get our minerals, and they can, if they have half drums of water instead of running water. If they have running water in a creek, you can't add it there because it'll be gone in a few minutes. But if they're getting their water from a drum, okay, or a bucket, then you can put the plant minerals there, okay. And they do need to have the what should I say? We do have the Salt.
Dr. Wallach, if I
Mhm.
may insert, it's
Mhm.
coming up as caseous lymphadenitis, a bacterial infection of the lymph nodes.
Okay.
If that
Well, if they
helps.
have a bacterial infection in lymph nodes, they need to get some antibiotics, but also I want them to have to support their immune system are Arthrodex. And it's like, for small animals, it's like 1 scoop for 20 pounds of body weight. But for a goat, okay, for a goat, you might want, when they're young and they weigh 25, 30, 40, 50 pounds, they could have 2 scoops. It's 1 scoop for 20 pounds of body weight of the Arthrodex, and it'll support the immune system. But if they have an infection, they need to be getting some, the farmer needs to go through there and give them all injections of the right antibiotic and ask the veterinarian what antibiotic they need to be giving them and so forth. And so do that, but also to support the immune system, they need the Arthrodex, 1 scoop for 20 pounds of body weight. We sell a lot of that for goats and llamas and horses and calves and pigs and chickens and all kinds of stuff, dogs and cats. So it's used by all critters. Okay, Arthrodex. So let us know how it works for you. Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Now, Dr. Wallach, we're at the end of our show. We just want to thank you so much again for coming on and sharing with us your knowledge in regards to animal and human health, folks. We're mammals. We need the 90 essential nutrients. The same foods are destroying our bodies and the cells. So why not make decisions that help us out for a longer, enjoyable life? I know there's a lot of people, well, I enjoy this, I enjoy this, I enjoy this. Yes, but if this is something that you enjoy is causing this damage within the body, and you're looking at increasing the possibilities of having this, and this, which is very painful, why would you continue it?
Yeah, why would you give up
Is it worth
25
it?
years of your life for the people you love because you like the taste of something?
Yeah, is it really worth it? That's my question. Well, Dr. Wallach, we value your time, and it is so much worth my time to spend this time with you and just help bring your message to the world. So thank you so much for all that you do.
Thank you for you and your team and all the good job that you all do together to support our program here, Daily with Doc. I can't thank you enough. And step right up to the plate, because we have been doing for 2 years Ask Doc Live, right?
Yes.
On Fridays. And so it's not like we're strangers. And then suddenly now we have the opportunity to go from 1 day a week to 5 days a week. So we were prepared, we were practiced. I can't thank you enough for bringing your team along. And we'll do this for another 50 to 100 years. That's our goal.
That's our goal. Thank you so much, Dr. Wallach. You have a fabulous, fabulous day.
Thank you.
All right. And thank you, everybody, for being here with us. And if I could get my co-hosts on with me, that would absolutely be fantastic, because I couldn't do this without them. We have so many things that are going on in the background with collecting information, providing information in the chat, making sure that people get into the Zoom room with us, and making sure that they are behaving. So, and then of course the broadcast, all of these different components where we are looking for people who have skills that they would like to bring to the table and help us with this mission and crusade to get Dr. Wallach's message out there. And, if you have those skills and you would like to share those skills, get with the person who invited you to this program. If you were not invited by anybody specific, you found us on one of our live streams, make sure that you get back with us here at Daily with Doc and use that contact us. I will make sure that you get in contact with one of our certified holistic health coaches to help you in achieving what your desires are. If it comes to health, if it comes to creating an additional stream of income, yes, I can speak. We are here to help, and we're looking forward to helping you reach your goals. So on behalf of myself, Becca Dukes, and our co-hosts Phyllis Anderson, Sherry Browning, Marilyn Pizzera, and Ruth Ellen Sanchez. Thank you for joining us here on Daily with Doc. We'll talk to you later. Bye for now.